Imagine a world where satellites aren't just peering down at our planet to track weather patterns or map forests, they're also gearing up to protect nations from threats, blending peaceful exploration with strategic defense. That's the bold evolution underway at the European Space Agency, ESA, and it's sparking a whole lot of intrigue. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this shift blurring the lines between civilian science and military might in ways that could redefine Europe's space ambitions forever? Let's dive in and explore how ESA is advancing its European Resilience from Space (ERS) program, a €1 billion, $1.15 billion, initiative that's directly weaving Earth observation, telecom, and navigation into the fabric of Europe's defense and security strategies. This updated plan is set to be reviewed by member states at the November 26th to 27th Ministerial Council in Bremen, Germany. At its heart, this move signals a subtle but significant change in ESA's role. Traditionally focused on purely civilian missions, like studying the cosmos or monitoring climate change, the agency is now positioning its space technologies for dual-use applications. For beginners, dual-use means technology that serves both everyday purposes, like helping farmers with crop monitoring, and more serious ones, such as aiding in national security, like tracking potential threats. This realignment shows ESA aligning its civil objectives with Europe's broader security goals, creating a bridge between peaceful innovation and protective strategies. The ERS program is ESA's key contribution to the Earth Observation Governmental Service, EOGS, an initiative strongly supported by the European Commission. EOGS aims to equip Europe with Earth observation tools tailored specifically for dual-use, defense, and security needs. While funding for EOGS won't arrive until the next multi-annual financial framework in 2028, ESA is seizing the moment with an upcoming ministerial meeting to kickstart its own ERS infrastructure. This proactive step allows the agency to build ahead of the Commission's budget allocations, ensuring Europe doesn't fall behind in this critical area. Think of ERS as a system of systems, a clever integration of Earth observation, EO, telecommunications, COM, and positioning, navigation, and timing, PNT, which helps with GPS-like services. At its core is the ERS-EO component, designed to be super responsive, with satellites revisiting areas every 30 minutes via radar or optical imaging. It's meant to be dual-use, independent, and packed with two main features. First, there's a resource-sharing mechanism, like a cosmic carpooling service. This lets member states borrow each other's satellites during busy times or emergencies, such as natural disasters. It's not a new idea in Europe. Countries often have agreements for swapping space resources in crises, promoting efficiency and solidarity. Imagine it like neighbors sharing a ladder or a lawnmower when needed. Here, it's about pooling orbital assets for mutual benefit. The second feature adds cutting-edge tech to boost dual-use potential, including high-resolution thermal infrared instruments, which detect heat signatures for everything from environmental monitoring to security surveillance, onboard artificial intelligence, AI that can process data in real time on the satellite itself, edge computing, handling data closer to the source for faster results, and inter-satellite links, allowing satellites to communicate directly, speeding up information flow. These enhancements make ERS more versatile, turning raw data into actionable insights quickly. Now, let's break down the budget, because numbers tell a story too. The ERS program has three separate funding pots matching its main parts, EO, telecom, and navigation, though a unified design is in the works. The ERS-EO section gets the lion's share at €750 million, while ERS-NAV, navigation, is allocated €250 million. The ERS-COM, telecom, segment splits into two chunks, €50 million and €150 million, both linked to the IRIS²2 program. IRIS²2, if you're new to this, is a secure satellite communications network that ESA is building, and these tranches are part of the €600 million the agency plans to request from member states for it. ESA's Director for Communications and Secure Connectivity, Laurent Jaffert, puts it simply, IRIS² will be the telecom backbone for all the ERS-EO and ERS-NAV missions. This backbone will handle tasks like spreading data from EO satellites, instructing satellites on what to observe, and relaying secure communications for PNT operations. It ensures near real-time capabilities for both tasking and dissemination, Jaffert shared with Space News, meaning users get updates almost instantly, cutting down the time from requesting info to getting intelligence. The €50 million portion funds upgrades to IRIS² 2, enabling it to support non-telecom missions like ERS² and ERS². Think of enhancements for tasking satellites even when they're out of direct sight or speeding up data delivery, reducing the full cycle from tasking to useful intel. The €150 million tranche goes toward tech demos to prove these capabilities work in practice. As for the road ahead, negotiations are still in flux. ESA Director General Joseph Ashbacher mentioned at a Brussels event, "We are negotiating and discussing with a lot of countries, but it's too early to say how these negotiations will translate into subscriptions or not." The operational setup remains flexible too. Like with the Copernicus program, ESA's Earth observation flagship, the agency might eventually pass the finished assets to the European Commission for management. "I see my task as ESA to develop the space infrastructure," Ashbacher noted. "It will be a complex one. It will not be an easy exercise, believe me. ESA's plan is to craft the system architecture and initial abilities first, then add more features gradually, including in-orbit demonstrations, IOD, where tech is tested live in space. They aim to launch the first satellite by late 2028, right before the next EU budget cycle kicks in. Budgets are set up for phased rollout, giving countries leeway in how they contribute, especially with their existing defense spending. Though this €1 billion seems modest against ESA's massive €22 billion budget ask, ERS symbolizes a pivotal change in the agency's stance. ESA's founding charter emphasizes peaceful purposes, but it doesn't outright ban defense work. Historically, the agency has shied away from openly dual-use programs, sticking to science and climate missions. And this is the part most people miss. In our shifting geopolitical world, think rising tensions and a fading focus on environmental issues, ESA is adapting to stay vital to member states' priorities. Mandatory programs, like the Euclid telescope, mapping dark matter, Gaia, charting stars, and Solar Orbiter, studying the Sun, get support from all members based on GDP. But the real action happens in optional programs, where nations pick and choose, deciding which projects thrive. So, ERS's true value isn't just its budget, it's in who backs it. Member states' involvement will mirror their national agendas and views on ESA's role in Europe's defense setup. Will it be a collaborative force for a united space security network, or a tool for individual countries to push their own strategies? And here's where it gets controversial. Is ESA risking its reputation as a beacon of peaceful space exploration by embracing defense? Could this dual-use approach lead to ethical dilemmas, like surveillance overreach or arms race tensions in orbit? We're talking about a potential redefinition of what space means for Europe, balancing curiosity and security in an increasingly uncertain world. What do you think? Should ESA pivot toward defense to protect Europe's interests, or is this a slippery slope that undermines global space cooperation? Do you agree that dual-use tech is a smart evolution, or does it worry you as a shift from pure science? Share your thoughts in the comments, let's discuss.